sad to see us. I don't see
Fridays. We had a super great show today.
Thank you
for coming on.
Baltimore.
It was. We had really good information. And I'm glad you came because I want to parlay pick up from when you were last on. A lot of good stuff. You're entering into the investment space, and it only seems natural because you are affectionately known as counsel. That's how we know you. You've closed tons of deals for everyone. And so naturally, the opportunity has come and that you begin partnering with others. Tell us the importance of partnership from the legal ramification, because I have partners, and in many cases, it's just a handshake.
I said, I don't know what putting norms, but I don't know the money.
You would look at it just
my pocket. I don't see how to put into the shit.
I'm normally an optimistic person, right? But when you talk about deals, anything, from the legal standpoint, you have to think about what those potential ramifications could be.
Okay.
If a deal may go left, right? Which it does, certainly more times than people like to think about it. So, when I review kind of the bare bones of a contract when I'm drafting it, that's kind of the first thing that I look at. Well, what if this deal doesn't pan out the way that this person thinks it will?
Okay.
What if, there's a quote-unquote act of God that occurs that, it may not be the fault of any party.
Okay.
Just the deal goes bad. So wanting those kind of parameters.
By South Street, Didn't you? All right.
Stated. So we're not, on the bad end of things as far as losing money, as far as losing time and effort. So you know how you can be potentially compensated if something does go left. So I like to start with that when I'm, reviewing a deal or reviewing a contract or any type of partnership agreement, just to know, where things could potentially stand and how we could recoup that loss to make all parties whole.
Let's talk about that then. So I have a partner. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. Somehow money now is missing. How we didn't have anything in writing. What happens next?
So contracts come in many, different shapes and forms. You can have a verbal contract, but it's also good, like we just said, to have it in writing, right? Because at the end of the day, it's going to be he said, she said. But if you have, text messages that you're able to provide, just kind of showing like what the actual contract or the agreement is between both parties and kind of show how that potential person has breached that contract, because a contract pretty much, to be honest, from the legal standpoint, is a meeting of the minds, and you don't have to have it on paper per se for that meeting or for that agreement to have been made, but it's just another, kind of thing you check off. Okay, let's go ahead and put this in writing, make sure both parties, have an attorney on their side, making sure that everyone has a deal that's going to be best for them, and they can't come back and say, I was coerced, or I didn't know what this particular word or this clause within the agreement meant. So wanting to make sure everything is clearly detailed to benefit both sides.
That's interesting. The meeting of the minds. And this is why I always say integrity. When we sit and talk and we're talking about a deal, to all of those who are finding partners and looking for partners, have the first objective should be fair play and how do we both benefit. Not that I'm going to try to get you when you're not looking. Not if there's a few pennies left on the table and I'm not going to tell you about it and I'm going to take it. There are a lot of you out there, and you're not going to last very long in this industry. And then there are some such as myself who weren't born with a suit on. I'm coming to find your ass. No, don't put that on there. But so don't do that. We have counsel here. No, we want to talk about, again, the integrity of those doing business. There are a lot of you out there like snake oil salesmen, and y'all have to stop that because, again, especially in our demographic, we want to make sure that we're taking care of each other just as other groups of people do. They look out for one another, and their win is collective, opposed to the self-absorbed person who's only looking to win for themselves. So I hope I clean it up for me.
Nah, you did good.
Clean it up for me. Because I may need you in another court of law.
You're right. But no, I feel what he's saying. If you had been on the, that side of the table where you have been burned, you definitely want an attorney, right? Because you're like, okay, I don't want to go through the same track, 2 times. I want to learn from my mistakes. But if you knew you're getting into the space, go ahead, be on the proactive side, get an attorney, have them review that agreement, even if it's a simple purchase agreement. It may not even be a partnership agreement or an agreement where you're exchanging funds right then and there, but just having an attorney review your purchase agreement, making sure you know where the escrow funds are going, if the deal falls through, where your due diligence money is going. These things are important, right? Because all these diligence fees you may lose over, course of time, they add up. So making sure that interest of yourself and your partners is protected is definitely the good move.
Absolutely. We never want to lose sleep over a deal, and we always want to keep it as refined as we can. What's next for you? You're in the investment space now. I've heard through the grapevine that I've heard that you're going into the development space and that you are just doing a bunch of wonderful things. And it's so much more than the legal aspect, but now the investment side, and you're owning assets, and that helps in terms of choosing an attorney because you know all the dynamics of investing, which it helps. So
definitely. I mean, it's the fun. I'm over here raising a little capital. I know Mike got me for a couple bands.
Easy. I don't do business with attorneys. Y'all too smart for me.
But no, seriously, it's just good to, have a wealth of knowledge, just from, not even from a legal standpoint, but from those that, tons of flips under their belt, so getting into that space, getting that wealth of knowledge from, those that have been there before me is always a plus. So you can't know everything. There's always will for growth. It's always good to be a lifelong learner. And I see that's what you are. Thanks, man.
Oh, no, absolutely. Well, we look forward to seeing you continue in that space. And, again, integrity and honor and your name supersedes what I've known about you. And we welcome you always. You are my personal attorney. She's helped me in so many ways. I won't invest with her because she's so much smarter than me. And I don't want to go there. But no, I would love to invest with you, and I know that it will be successful, and everything that you touch has turned to gold from what I've heard. I've heard from a few people who are working with you,